What if wealth was not just gold? What if prosperity was not measured only by the size of a bank account? Ancient Indian wisdom tells us that a truly prosperous life requires something much deeper: knowledge, courage, food, victory, family, spiritual strength, physical strength, and wealth. And to represent these 8 dimensions of abundance, Hindu traditions worship Ashtalakshmi, or the 8 divine manifestations of Goddess Lakshmi. But who are these 8 Lakshmis? And why did ancient sages describe prosperity as something far greater than material riches? Let us travel through time into the world of Indian scriptures, traditions, and symbolism. The story of Goddess Lakshmi begins with one of the most famous events described in Hindu scriptures: the Samudra Manthan, or the churning of the cosmic ocean. According to the Vishnu Puran and other Puranic traditions, the Devtas and Asuras joined forces to churn the cosmic ocean to obtain Amrit, or the nectar of immortality, using Mount Mandar as the churning rod and the serpent Vasuki as the rope. They churned the ocean of creation. Many divine treasures emerged: the celestial horse Uchchashravas, the divine elephant Airavat, the wish-fulfilling tree Kalpvriksh, and finally, a radiant goddess appeared from the ocean, seated upon a lotus, the embodiment of beauty, harmony, fortune, and abundance. The gods rejoiced, and Lakshmi chose Lord Vishnu as her eternal companion, representing the union of preservation and prosperity. Over centuries, Hindu traditions developed many ways of understanding Goddess Lakshmi. One important tradition describes her as Ashtalakshmi, or the 8 forms representing different aspects of a complete and balanced life. The word Asht means 8, and Lakshmi comes from the Sanskrit root Lakshya, meaning to perceive or to aim toward a goal. Lakshmi is not simply wealth. She represents the blessings needed to achieve a meaningful life. The first form is Adi Lakshmi, the ancient primordial form. She represents the eternal source of all abundance. Before there was gold, before there were kingdoms, before there were possessions, there was existence itself. Adi Lakshmi reminds humanity that the greatest wealth is the divine connection that sustains life. The second form is Dhana Lakshmi. The word Dhan means wealth. She represents financial prosperity, resources, and material abundance. But ancient teachings offer an important warning. Wealth itself is neither good nor bad. It is how wealth is earned and used that determines its value. Dhana Lakshmi symbolizes prosperity guided by righteousness or dharma. The third form is Dhanya Lakshmi. Dhanya means grain or nourishment. In ancient agricultural societies, food was considered the greatest blessing. A kingdom could survive without jewels, but not without crops. Dhanya Lakshmi represents the abundance of nature and the sacred relationship between humans and the earth. The fourth form is Gaja Lakshmi. The word Gaj means elephant. This form is often depicted with 2 elephants performing a ceremonial bathing ritual. Elephants were symbols of royalty, strength, and authority in ancient India. Gaja Lakshmi represents dignity, power, reputation, and leadership. She teaches that true greatness comes with responsibility. The fifth form is Santana Lakshmi. Santan means continuity or lineage. She represents children, family, and the continuation of values across generations. In ancient Indian thought, having descendants was not only about family expansion, it was about preserving knowledge, traditions, and wisdom. The sixth form is Veera Lakshmi, also called Dhanya Lakshmi in some traditions. She represents courage, strength, and fearlessness. Life is not only about receiving blessings, it also requires the strength to overcome challenges. Veera Lakshmi reminds us that inner courage is a form of wealth. The seventh form is Vidya Lakshmi. Vidya means knowledge. She represents learning, wisdom, creativity, and intellectual growth. Interestingly, many Indian traditions place knowledge among the highest forms of prosperity because wealth can be lost, but wisdom transforms generations. The eighth form is Vijaya Lakshmi. Vijay means victory. But victory does not simply mean defeating others. It represents overcoming obstacles, achieving noble goals, and triumphing over ignorance and negativity. The greatest victory, according to spiritual traditions, is victory over oneself. For thousands of years, devotees have worshipped Goddess Lakshmi seeking prosperity and blessings. But perhaps the greatest lesson of Ashtalakshmi is this: the richest person is not the one who owns the most, but the one who possesses the greatest balance of blessings. Because true prosperity is not just having more, it is becoming more. Look around at society today. We have people with billions of dollars or Dhana Lakshmi who are gripped by anxiety, lacking inner peace and courage, or Veera Lakshmi. We have brilliant minds or Vidya Lakshmi who can't pay their rent. The ancient warning is clear. The system only works in perfect symmetry. If you only chase the money, you unlock a curse of emptiness. You must invoke all 8 aspects. Isn't it so? So ask yourself, which of the 8 keys are you missing right now? Comment below, hit that subscribe button and unlock the grid. Jai Ma Lakshmi. Thank you.